Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Daily Action Picks. This is Joe Delera, and we've got our props edition for this Wednesday NBA slate. The game that I'm going to be focusing on is the Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets. This is Game 5, and the Warriors have been absolutely dominant in this series, and I fully expect them to complete the gentleman's sweep today, and I think they're going to dominate again. And look, the thing here is in this series, they have gotten anything they want against the Nuggets, and they've really excelled, especially from the three-point line. And they're shooting an insane 42.8% from three as a team. That's just an astounding number, especially in a playoff series. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that Denver, they're really thin. They do not have the wing defenders that you need, and they just can't keep up with this Warriors team. They're absolutely exhausted from the regular season. And I think we can capitalize on this. So here's a couple bets that I really like for this game. The first is, and this obviously, there's always the volume issue here, but I like Draymond Green to make a three. We took this the other day, and look, he's hit this in around 67% of his playoff games, and he's hit this in 3 of 4 games this series, and he's taking about 2.3 attempts per game. So the margins are like a little thinner, but I still like him to make a three against this Nuggets defense. And the key is that this Nuggets defense is just not very good. So even though Draymond's not the best shooter, he's getting the opportunities and he's still scoring points. He's scored at least 6 points in every game this series, with a high of 13 the other day. Now, the other prop that I'm gonna be looking at is Steph Curry to go over 27.5 points. This line is set, and the big thing here for Curry is his minutes limit is off. And he took 23 shots and 11 threes in Game 4, and that was still with a slight minutes restriction. So we might see him around that same 36-minute mark, and we might see him even hit 40. Curry's conditioning is pretty good. He should be able to go. And the thing is with this points prop, it's just a little low, and against this Nuggets team who's giving up the three-point shot like that, I love Curry in this spot. And additionally, I think you can build a little same game parlay here with the Warriors. And I like Curry to hit 3 threes, Clay to hit 3 threes, and Draymond to have 6 points. And you can get that at plus 115. And those have all hit in every single game this series. And that was even with Curry on that minutes restriction. Now, looking at the Denver Nuggets, I don't like to call this a fade because Nikola Jokić has been absolutely incredible this season. But one thing that's different in the playoffs that's different from the regular season is the way that he's utilized. He's utilized as much more of a scorer in the postseason as opposed to a dimes guy. And even from rebounding perspective, he's not able to clean up the offensive glass as much because he's taking a lot of the shots. It's a little bit harder for him. So one thing is this rebounds and assist line is set at 20.5. I prefer this versus the points, rebound, and assist line because of the way that he's used. I don't want to even be involved with his points line. And he's only hit this in 1 game this series, and he's only averaging 17 rebounds and assists per game. If we look over the last 2 years of Jokić in the playoffs, so basically his 2 MVP years, he's only hit this in 2 of 14 games, and he's averaging 16.7 rebounds and assists over the last 2 years, and last 2 postseasons rather. So I think that this line is just a little bit too high because Denver really is going to be relying on him to score more so than put the ball in the hands of his teammates who aren't the most capable scorers to begin with. So I like this spot, and I'm not going to even categorize it as a fade. I'm just going to categorize it as a way to bet on Jokic's change in his role. So those are my best bets for the Warriors versus the Nuggets tonight. And let me know in the comments if you're riding, if you're following. Hit me up on Twitter or the Action app at Joe Delera, and tune in every day for more free daily action picks.
I like to switch it up. Switch it up. Mix it, pour it in my cup. Switch it, gonna switch it up. Girl, what's your motive?